Hello and welcome to Profiles in Risk. This is your host, Tony Cañas, and today I have with me Raution Jaiswal, CEO at InsuredMine. Raution, how's it going today?
Good. Thank you, Tony. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. And we are recording early February. You are Dallas area, right?
That's right.
So I'm guessing this is some of the nicest weather of the year, where it's not the rest of the country is cold and you guys are really nice temperatures.
That's absolutely right. We are, kind of touching 60, so it's a very nice, pleasant early spring weather, and the beauty of that is, it's not it feels like, winter is short, but you start enjoying that extended summer, but it's not summer actually, so it's just the nicer part. It occasionally will get that burst of coldness here and there, but most of the part, this is the nicer time of the year for sure.
Fantastic. So we always give the guest the chance to give the elevator pitch. What is InsuredMine?
That's a pretty long one. It's no more an elevator. We need a long elevator for this. Uh, but to say the least, it's a vertical SaaS CRM. What does that mean? So I try to condense it to three words. Vertical SaaS CRM. It's a sales CRM marketing automation platform designed only for independent insurance agents primarily. So what it does, it helps agencies primarily in the PNC, but life and health are also leveraging, or benefits are also leveraging, because it was core designed for this, but was flexible enough to encompass other line of business or other verticals of insurance. And so what does it do? It helps you manage your entire customer journey. It starts from helping you capture your lead from multiple sources or from lead providers. Then you are able to nurture those leads in the system. Then you are able to push it through a sales funnel where you're able to bind a policy from that perspective, quote as well. So we are connected to multiple quoting engine, be able to quote that policy and then bind it. And then at that point, you can sync it with your agency management system. And once you sync it, then you are running through different campaigns of onboarding that client, or just doing the servicing of that client. And then comes the moment of truth of renewal. And pre-90 or pre-60 day, you start doing the renewal campaigns through the process and do the full renewal done. And then is the one last stage is the win back on those clients who you lost during the process. So it's a full 9-yard solution for agencies to manage from lead to win back or to renewal, the entire journey. And agency management system is behind the scene helping you have all that policy related information. But a CRM is a must because you want to manage the customer as a customer with all the insights around that, rather than just about policy, which is what an AMS is all about. So I hope that gives you a perspective of what InsuredMine does and why it is a CRM, but much more sophisticated CRM with a sophisticated workflow to enable an agency to be able to sell more, sell fast, retain better, all of that.
Perfect. A lot of the CRMs are built on Salesforce. Are you built on Salesforce, or is it completely independent platform?
Good question. No, we are not built on Salesforce. In fact, we are one of the competition, I would say, to Salesforce. And one of the core reasons why agencies choose InsuredMine compared to Salesforce is, first of all, it is designed for insurance. Salesforce is a generic product. As I always joke, you have to mortgage your house to buy Salesforce. So it's not as expensive as Salesforce. It is not generic like Salesforce, and you can be up and running within a week in InsuredMine, or within a day in some cases in InsuredMine, rather than, hey, I need to first set up all these objects and, set up all these configurations for Salesforce to work. So, that's why it's a much better alternative to Salesforce. And again, of course, it's not affordable for many. So you would see maybe the top 100 agencies in the country would even choose to go Salesforce route. Others don't even go. But even in the top 100, we have now started penetrating. I think probably we are sitting on more than 10 top 100 agencies are using InsuredMine. So it's a much better choice than Salesforce.
Okay. What agency is kind of the or what type of agency is kind of the perfect client? Is it
That's a good question. A medium-sized agency, anything which is 10 agent and more, is always a better choice for leveraging a software, because then you are having enough resources within the organization who would be able to manage this. When you have 2 or 3 guys in an agency, you are scrambling just to keep the lights on. At that point, you're not talking scale, you're not talking efficiency, you are just talking to survival. When you hit 10 or so, that's when you start talking efficiency, scale, optimization, and you are able to bring in or at least dedicate a resource out of your organization. Hey, your job is to implement a CRM. And that person becomes a champion within your organization who is making sure all this is set up, everybody is using it in the right compliant way, and the data is clean, data is coming and going all the way. So that allows you to then leverage it. But when you're too small, it's too little of a benefit and it's too little of a time for you to dedicate to that. So a decent 10 plus is always an agency of a choice. Having said that, what kind of agencies would be using it? Whether you are a personal lines agency, whether you are a commercial lines agency, because you may have that argument that, hey, I'm a commercial line, I just sell just so many policies in a year, not a lot. But even though you are selling less policies as a commercial line, you are selling larger accounts, but you have to manage the trail of communication. You have to understand what has been the communication with multiple, and then it's not just you. Sometimes it's your team member who's talking. It's sometimes your CSRs are talking. And having that all in a consolidated way rather than in 5 different inboxes, it's not the way to engage. And then be able to engage at scale, but yet customize it is one of the bigger advantage, even if you are a commercial insurance agency. So a good balance of commercial and personal lines is what you would need, or if you have, is a perfect balance of what kind of agencies are leveraging it.
fantastic? I was looking on the website. So part of Berta 4, Orange Partner Program, partner API with Hawksoft. So right there, you've got a good the good percentage of agencies are on one of those two. How's the integration with Epic, with Applied?
Well, it's not public, but I'm happy to share that. So we are the only CRM. Again, Salesforce, I don't even count it in the mix. But if I take Salesforce out of the equation, we are the only CRM that is integrated with Epic.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. So basically, any agency that has an AMS can very likely integrate.
So literally 90 to 95% of the AMS market today, we are able to integrate. I'll give you, just a quick rundown. As you mentioned, a couple names, So Verta 4 has 3 AMS, AMS 360, QQ Catalyst, and Sagitta. We integrate with all 3 of them and in 2-way, back and forth. Sagitta is the only, again, AMS that only InsuredMine integrates. Sagitta is integrated with nothing. So we integrate with Sagitta. AMS 360 QQ. Then we integrate with Hawksoft, now Certs. Nextshore is another one where we only integrate. Then comes Epic. So all of these agency management systems, we integrate two-way, and there are at least three where we are the only integrator.
That is fantastic. How did it happen? What's kind of the origin story for InsuredMine?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think if you ask me, did I knew that this is where we will end up being at after 5 years? I would be lying if I say yes. So certainly not. I think, see, before I tell you my part of the story, let me tell you the industry part of the story, because that is a more macro trend that exists everywhere. And so if someone like Raution decides to start another InsuredMine, what he should be looking at. So when you're looking at this agency management system ecosystems, they have been in the existence for 30 plus years. There has been incremental growth in the product that they have built as a policy management system per se, because the product that has been selling is policy is the product. The focus was on the product, not on the customer. And the journey is for the customer, never for the product. And the shift has happened 10 years ago when companies like Google, Amazon, eBay, they started coming into the picture, and the focus shifted from product to customer. Unfortunately, agency management system did not pivot fast enough to adapt to that. It created a gap. And that is where company like InsuredMine came into existence, because we could see that gap being reflected in the dissatisfaction of the customer. Hey, I have a need, but I do not have a solution. Was that solution very clear in the mind of the customer? The answer is no. But the dissatisfaction was very evident. And so that's what we picked. We said, okay, let's build something to solve for a very small scale of that problem in a technological way. Because if you solve it with a piece of a technology, the advantage of that is you can quickly scale. So that's what we did. We solved a very small problem for a very small set of customers and try to test it in the market. Does this work? And the answer was obvious, and we saw the first couple of years of our growth came from product-led growth, which means we did not have a sales team. The product was selling itself because of word of mouth. And then a couple of years later, we started now we were trying to hit an inflection point. That's when we start building a sales team. Now, hey, we have, and in this last 5 years, we have grown from our customer number 1 to 1,200 agencies being served today.
And the website says how many billion in premium?
Yeah, so it's I think it's north of 10 billion today. I think it has 8 billion or something, but it's north of 10.
Yeah.
So, and millions of policies that we are processing every month. We are processing close to 50 to 60,000 opportunities, whether in renewal or new deal cards. We have processed close to 2 million deal cards till date. What does that mean? It means even if I'm saving our agencies, let's say 1 hour per deal card, and it is $10, resource would have been, let's say it's the cheapest resource who could have been working on it. 1 million times, it's, 1.7. So you are talking about somewhere in the north space of, $200 million is what is the economic value we have created in this period. Did we keep all of that money? The answer is heck no. I would be much more richer. But at least the ecosystem is rich by that value that got created in this period.
What are the clients saying? Any great success stories? What kind of results do the clients see once they go on?
It's fantastic, just looking at from the top of the agencies, like, I'm very fortunate to say that, the largest agency in the country, Confi, with 1.7 billion in premium, they're using it for InsuredOne, or Simply IO Insurance of America is using InsuredMine, or TWFG based out of Houston is using InsuredMine, or Secure Risk is for their 3 billion plus aggregation, they are using InsuredMine. All of these guys, so there are many. Every agency is different, every business model is different, and their needs and their satisfaction level is different. So if I'm looking at, I'll give you a classic example, Secure Risk. Their need was very different than several of these guys. Their problem was they have $3+ billion in premium out of their 100+ agencies. And they would send a request to these guys, hey, give me your premium data so I can consolidate and have a better dialogue with the carrier so I can get a better commission, right? It would take them 6 months to get an aggregated data between all of this management system of all of these 100 agencies. Today, I'll let you guess, how long does it take for them to get a refreshed data?
I'm guessing weekly.
1 day. It's
So
every 24 hours their data is refreshed. So that power of getting that almost live data is just immense. That conversation that they are having with the carriers is way more intelligent to say that, hey, this is what, rather than, hey, this is 4 months old data. That's one way. Now look at some of the other agencies who have built their entire customer journey on InsuredMine, where the leads are coming in, it is automatically routed to the right agents. They are working on, like Texan Insurance based out of Houston. Again, they have their entire assembly line built into this, where leads are coming, somebody's taking the call, they fill in the form, it goes into the system where it is doing the rating, quoting and rating everything, and then it is pushing the assembly line. It's just humming. The machine is humming for them. So, but they could not have accomplished. So Texan, for example, was using Salesforce before InsuredMine. And they were just struggling to put all the pieces because the onus was on them. Today, we create 600 to 700 new features or enhancement every year. And who is getting the benefit? These agencies. So they are sitting and relaxing and just focused on their business rather than trying to figure out, hey, how do I make Salesforce more efficient so I can deliver better? That's not their problem. That's not their job. That's not their business. That's my business. To make sure the agencies look good, to make sure agencies are being optimized and they're more efficient.
I love the passion with which you talk about the problem that you're solving and the value you're creating for your clients. You can definitely feel how much you care, and that's
Going for sure.
That is,
and I believe, Tony, we are just scratching the surface. What's coming next in the next wave is just gonna be game changer.
You're getting ahead of usually my last question, which is that, like, what else is coming down what new features or what can we expect in the future from InsuredMine?
Sure. I'll give you a couple examples because the future is always in the past. The seed of the future is always in the past. If you start looking in the back, you would know what's coming next. So a couple of things that we did in the last few months. For example, a commercial account, when we were kind of auditing few agencies, 10 to 15% of the agencies or their account would have NAICS codes. We used AI tool, and today 80% of that blank can be pre-filled automatically using AI. So that data now gives us them a much better cluster view of, hey, how many church am I writing? How many contractors am I writing? All of that NAICS code is just getting pre-populated without anybody having to touch it. Similar, so this is one element of AI that got introduced. Second element of AI got introduced in the generative AI segment, which is all the emails, all the text messages that they're sending, all the notes they're writing. Now each of them can be written using AI. So customers are just, pounding that keyboard like anything. Now, what does that mean to future? So these were the two experiments we ran. It was like success, huge success. Now, as I told you earlier, we are today looking at 50,000 plus deal cards every month for renewals or the new business. So if I know 50,000 deal cards have some kind of a disposition, whether we are winning or losing, if I know these 50,000, can I predict my 50,001? And the answer is heck yes, because my model is getting trained on this data of saying, okay, what happened in this 50,000 that should tell me or educate me about the 50,001 that I should do or not do. So we are bringing that predictability of using AI for each of our opportunities. So because we all know every opportunity is not created equal, but if we do not know, we treat them equal and we put in enough effort in the ones that will not close. Why make you spend that time when I can tell you this is not going to close? So things like that is the next wave of being more predictive.
That's fantastic. And 500 plus episodes, I don't remember anybody else saying that. Anybody else saying we can help you predict what's going to close. So that's a huge difference maker, especially in a very hard market.
Yep. Yeah, everybody has a resource constraint. If you have limited resource, you want to put your resource to the best possible solution, to the best possible outcome that you can get. And that's what we are navigating. Am I going to be right every time? Maybe no. But if I'm right 9 out of 10 times, heck yeah, I'm going to do that. And that's where we are heading, is helping you guys with your optimized solution. Hey, how can I get you more better bang for the buck?
All right. Fantastic. But very, very, very exciting stuff. That makes a ton of sense. I love the combination of priced for our segment for the middle-sized agency, and the idea of being able to integrate in a week or less. It very rarely, I always ask about integration, very, very rarely is it that simple.
Yep.
So that is really fantastic. What about the change management piece? So we integrate quickly. How do we actually get the staff to use it properly?
Yeah, so there are three things. Of course, you get the ball rolling immediately. There are a couple management system like QQ or Now Certs, or some of them you get it real time. You can just go sign up, connect, and you are up and running with integration. So I don't even touch it. We have made it so automated, you can just figure it out. You just connect it and get it done. But others can take, as I said, a day to a week at most. Having said that, but now once you are connected, you get onboarding hours with us. You get training hours with us. You get quarterly check-in CSM hours with us. All of that is designed to help you understand how. So what does our CSM do? Their first objective is to learn your business. Because I cannot be a good guide if I do not understand what you're doing. And every agency business is a bit different than the other one. It's the same, but it's not the same. Their workflows are different. The way they operate is different. So we have to first understand you before I can tell you how you optimize. So that's what we are consistently doing with every agency, is learning and then educating. And that's the combination, you training, you giving you, so we get you certified with InsuredMine platform. We get you all the YouTube videos, we give you all the knowledge base, and then on top of it, we give you live trainers who are working with you to optimize your solution. And again, the goal is also to get it done for you. You know, these automations are pre-built, these campaigns are pre-built, these lead captures are pre-built. So, you know, you should be up and running. You do what you do. You should not be thinking about, hey, how do I plug and spend next? This is not a toy where you come and play. You are busy.
It's a lean, mean machine to
Yes.
selling and closing business.
The
And
only thing in is business.
And bringing it back if we do happen to lose it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, fantastic. Thank you so much for your time today. This has been very, very interesting. I love that you've been doing this for a while, right? I have a lot of insurtechs that are very, very young. So it's great to run into, you're basically a veteran at this point.
Well, yeah, sorry to be aged, but yes.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your time today. The show notes, I will link the company website, company LinkedIn, your own LinkedIn, agencies. If this sounds interesting, right on the website, there's a get a demo button. Very easy to take a look and see if this will be a difference maker for you.
Appreciate that, Tony, and thanks for giving this opportunity to share about InsuredMine with everybody.
Thank you.